go. Woo-hoo-hoo! We are
I know,
live.
right, Ward? Look at the hair on Iona. Is that crazy? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Not Thursday, not Tuesday.
Now,
Yeah, it's Wednesday today.
Monday. Happy
It's cracking,
Wednesday,
everybody.
everybody.
It's good to
So
see
glad.
your faces again. We were a little bit off last week, but you'll see some of it tonight.
Yeah. Last week. So you know what? Last week, this week's show is titled, but we're going to mix it up with what we were going to talk about last week is just when you think you've got everything together. I updated our platform and it took me to private mode. Now, you know what that means. That means you guys couldn't find us. And we missed you
Nope, we
there.
couldn't.
Could miss you on YouTube. We missed you on Facebook. We missed you on Instagram. Instagram, just to remind you, I can't turn and wave to you guys. So know that I'm waving to you. And look at everyone who's chiming in. Thanks, Jeannie. I know, right? I had to change my hairstyle, you guys. And I wasn't happy about it because I love the locks, but the locks weren't loving on me.
Yeah, how was
So,
your week this week, Iona? Let's talk about that a little bit.
Phil, I was thinking about that and how to answer that, and I have to, we got to be honest. My week was good, but it was challenging because
Hmm.
just like Phil had a birthday on April 4th, which is always, new things beginning, and we're going to get into that, which is awesome. For me, it was new things beginning to people moving on, passing on.
Hmm.
And I thought about that, how we were juxtaposed in the same thing of new beginnings, of elevating, but on totally different sides. So I will say that I'm sad at the loss, but I'm happy with the life all my friends led. So that the week was me healing, helping others who were in pain, and to also say goodbye to some wonderful people.
Hmm.
How about you, baby love?
Hmm.
How was your week?
Well, it's been quick. I mean, we got back on Monday from Bloomington. We were in Bloomington, Indiana, visiting our daughter Rachel for my birthday. It was what I wanted to do most in the world, was to stay with my people and see them. Jordan was there. Our son was there with us, and it was Jordan and Rachel and Carla and Kevin, Rachel's fiance, and the dog Kona. So it was all of us and just hanging out in Bloomington and just loving up on each other and talking stupid talk and laughing and joking and partying and just it was wonderful. It's like that's why we're here, right? That's what we're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Mm-hmm.
to honor our village, to be there for our people, and hello everybody who was not available last week or we didn't see last week. We missed you, and it's very good to see and hear from you guys tonight. My week has been great. We all have our challenges, right? And what I'm learning is that I'll take my hard, right? Whatever my hard is, I'll take it. It's
Mm-hmm.
what is in front of me. It is mine uniquely, and it is for me to figure it out. Everybody's got their hard. You guys out there have yours. I know you got yours, and I look at these things as I read something today that the hardest lessons are the biggest gateway to your truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even people who are your haters are teachers in a way. Even the people that are trying to bring you down, they're a signpost for you. They're guides for you to stay away from or to learn from. And so everything is a lesson. Everything can be converted into um, joyous understanding and acceptance, because there's always somebody out there who's got it worse. And I'm not saying your heart isn't hard and it isn't as hard as it gets for you or as hard as it gets for me. But there's really honestly always somebody who's got it a bit worse than you do.
Mm-hmm.
So just pick up your hard and try to make it as easy as you can. And that's what this week has been about. That's what last week was about. I'm grateful for who I am and the stumbles I've made and the advancements I've made. I'm proud of myself. We're in a tough game. Our father and our mother were in tough games, and they taught us well. And I think we've done very well. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
really proud of who we are and what we've come to. And every day I wake up pretty happy, very gracious for the opportunity to do it again.
No, I'm with you, honey. Mine definitely had me thinking about, okay, am I leaving anything on the table that I don't that I'm not going to that I'm not doing in my life?
Hmm.
Am I leaving anything on the table that I really want to do? So I've been thinking a lot about that. Right now, no, I'm doing everything that I want to do, but I tell you, it made me have more drive because tomorrow is not promised. Um, and life goes on. As we lose people, the world keeps spinning. The world keeps spinning. And
Oh,
as
oh
I,
yeah, and whatever happens to you that's difficult, like my people and some people around me are going through it's a tough time. That's a
Mhm,
hard time, man. But once again, this is the reality that is before you. So what are you going to do with it? You know, how are you going to be written up in the novel of your life?
mhm,
Are you going to continue to go forward? Are you going to let it lay you low and stay down? You've heard these things from us before, but I think
mhm,
they come into full effect and sharp focus when we go through those things personally, and they're right in our pathway. And for me, I feel great. Phil Morris, and I never speak in the third person, is doing well. I have bounty, I have yield, I have opportunity, and
mhm,
I'm working on more opportunity. I don't know if I could be more invested or more motivated than I am now, um, but I am in that place, and I am good. I feel good about the choices I've made. I feel good about the choices I'm going to make. I feel good about the answers I've had to the questions that I
mhm,
have had in my life. Um, and so now I'm here as a resource for those around me who need the strength that I've gained.
mhm,
I want to be a resource for the people who need to dip from the well of my wellness, you know? And that's where I am right now. It's a really cool place to be. And I think I said it last week. So many revelations every flipping day, man. You know
every
what I mean?
flipping
It's just
day.
every
Yes,
day.
baby.
You wake up, Iona, and shit hits you. You know, it's like,
Oh, man.
I told you the other day, and you people weren't here last time, but I'm going to tell you this week. And hopefully, if you see the archives, you'll hear it. We were talking about,
Oh, I'm going to show
so
some
beautiful.
stuff.
So many people were on to honor me, and I was just so humbled. And I'm in this place right now. I'm 66 years old. Yes, 66 on April 4th. I was happy to be that. Happy to have another chance at it again every single fucking
Mhm,
day.
mhm,
And I was thinking about all the people around me who have succeeded wildly, who have been in my lane and on my journey since I've started this journey as an actor. Denzel Washington being one of them. He is now on Broadway with Jake Gyllenhaal doing Othello. Um, and it is going to be one of those things, right? You got to go see it. It's a got to go
gotta
see.
go see it.
Historic, got to go see it. So I'm thinking about that, thinking about going to see that. And while I'm thinking about that, I'm thinking about him. I'm thinking about his journey and his immersion into the craft of acting, the art of acting. How beautiful that has been, how wonderful it has been for all of us to see. I certainly have been in that pool as well, swimming in that pool, and for some reasons I have not. Um, well, there's no not. He's at a level, I'm at a level. And why? Because for me, my art is my life. It's my life. It's the living every day of my life. And I bring that life to my work as an actor. My art isn't acting. I mean, yes, it is. It's a part of this entire um, panoply of art that I'm living, but it has to do with my life. So when you see the posts I make of me driving up the mountain, or you see my martial arts posts, or you see the things that I'm doing, that's what's critically important to me. Um, and that's why I've had a family and successful marriage and things that have really made me happy, because I have seen a whole world approach in my life as opposed to just
Hmm.
focusing on one thing. Um, and I feel mad successful as an artist, and I feel like there will be more for me to come, and I will commit more and be more always. I just found a great satisfaction in accepting the role and the path that I'm on. And when you try to be, when you're ambitious, you have envy and you have professional jealousies, and boy, I wish I could be that. I wish I could do that. I wish I were them, or I wish I had that opportunity. I don't wish any of that anymore. I'm happy with where I am. I'm grateful for what I've gotten, grateful for
Mhm.
what I've learned, know that there's a lot more on the table.
Mm.
And I think that it's freeing. It's freed me up in so many ways. So I feel very, very strong.
Mm. I'm so glad to hear that, honey, because you deserve it. It's your birthday months. It's that birthday time. It's that look and assessing and what is going on with you and where you at. And man, you are in such a dynamic, good place. I'm so happy for that. And as a
Mm.
matter of fact, would you all mind? I'm gonna bring you some little pieces of what we did last week because we missed you. So Phil, here's the first video. This will show you a little bit about this guy. Let me just show you a little bit about this fella.
Here's what's nuts, Alan. Ain't nobody watching right now. I think that's a perfect birthday present. So we all
Here's
can
to
do whatever
you.
fuck we want. You
let
know, let
let
it
me tell.
flow.
Stop.
It's
But
the
you know
beauty
what?
of the archive.
Watch what you say because it will be in the archives.
What's up, yo? Got another year old today.
Happy birthday.
Cast of characters, you knucklehead. What? Okay.
Happy
Of
birthday,
course,
youngster.
Ah, so you guys, those were like Phil's best friends, family members. I'm gonna bring some little snippets of what they said about Phil last week, and it was so much fun. And I couldn't believe that you guys weren't there. And it's not because you weren't there;
It
it's
was
because we
crazy.
we weren't public, and we were like, "Wait a minute, no one's commenting." And at first, I thought, "Oh, they're just listening." No,
Yeah,
you
we
weren't.
got all kind of wrong.
Oh my God, we missed you guys. But so a little advice: when you update an app, a platform, anything on your computer, and you've set it. And I've updated many times and this has never happened, but always check those boxes. Always check those boxes because it had, for the first time in an update, changed the update to private. And I finally found out, I think it was the next day or 2 days later, when I was like, I got to figure out what happened. So I made sure that it said public. And hey, it's a learning curve. And Phil and the guys were so gracious because Phil said, well, this is wonderful. As you heard him, this will just be for us. But we,
It was pretty ironic.
yeah,
But
but,
yeah, it
but
was great. I was really, really grateful for the whole thing. I want to talk about something Ruth just said. Actually,
where was
wishing
Jenny?
you were someone else. The dead end, being you is so wonderful. Also, how many people out there wishing they had what you have? Yes, all of that is true, and we know these things are true. And a lot of these things are um, platitudes that we hear and
Hmm.
we understand, but we don't live by. And I think that that's my reality. Ruth, you're right. Again, that's why I start with we have envy and we have professional jealousy. We just do. If you're ambitious, you want to achieve. You want to get to levels that you don't exist in. Not that you're at, but that you don't exist in. And that's been a part of me for a while. I have ambition. I want to get to a certain level. And if people are at a place that I see myself at in the past, I would envy that they were there and I was not.
Mm,
And that's I'm just
mhm,
being real.
mhm,
And in healing and in coming through these spaces, you realize that yes, that is a dead end, but you have to go through it in order to know that that is a dead end. And so I went through it, and I'm not unhappy that I had those feelings, but because they were feelings of an immature human and a human that needed to grow and evolve. And hopefully I am, and I hope I never stop, and I will always give voice to when I am not in the place of truth and understanding how to get there. So that's
Hmm.
all that is.
You know, Cigna had brought up to us too, Phil, that man, I was talking about sad things to you guys these days, a couple of weeks ago, but life is like that. We can't give up. Never had the life I dreamed of. I grew up hearing people talk about California. Until then, I'm going to take this off of here. I want to bring this here. Until then, I loved Brazil. What a beautiful place you have. Congratulations. Yes, California is beautiful. Brazil's beautiful too. I've been to Brazil. Loved Brazil. Um, you know, Phil, so many times people have an envy. What? The grass is greener on the other side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got green grass wherever we are. We've got grass, we've got seeds, we've got earth, we've got meaning, we have compassion, we have talent, we have drive. We have all of those things we're born with. It's the human makeup of all of us. And so often we look outside of ourselves at what somebody else has. Maturity does give us more of an understanding as we flow through life that my stuff is good as it is. And it just keeps getting better. And you know, if when you come in and you're with us, you guys, maybe you don't have to live 66 or 67 years to even come to that understanding. But what you got right now is enough and it's good. You want to be better? You go out there and grab it. You grab it. You sometimes you got to take a couple of steps back. I've often brought up when I went to be a dialogue coach on Blackish. I was directing theater and having really great time. And when you're directing theater, you know I'm the leader of the pack, and then I go to a totally different position when I'm a dialogue coach. But I wanted to do that so I could learn how to film, how to shoot a film, how to direct a film, how to direct television, how to tell the story through the camera. Those are the words I was looking for. Oh, doggone it. Come
Oh, you
back to
got that Ozbot?
there we
Yeah,
go.
that's what it do.
Yeah. It's listening to me now. We're communicating. But you know, I had to do that. And there were times when I would leave work and I'd cry, or I'd leave work and I was frustrated, or I'd leave work fulfilled. But those 8 years gave me the information I needed. And now I'm in the running for things. But if I sit back or you sit back and complain about what you don't have, what someone else has, you're going to miss the beauty of the ingredients you came here with that can give you what you desire. And that's what we want to do. Hey, Phil,
Yeah, I
while
got
we're,
it.
while we're here, you know, everybody's wishing you happy birthdays. Let me just play just so you saw some people who were talking about Phil. Asante and Mike, cousin and best friend.
Like I found an extra older brother um
Mm.
that that brings such wisdom, a word that has already been used to ascribe to you, and spiritual connectedness, connectivity. um
Every time I talk to you, I learn something. I learn something about me. I learn.
Learn something about me. Our darling Patricia asks, what advice do you give people who deal with heartbreak? You want to take that one? I'll follow you
Yeah,
in.
sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Um, Number one, there's a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything, whether we like that reason or we don't like that reason. There's a reason everything happens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's number one. Number two, I was driving down just yesterday, the day before, we got back from Indiana, and man, we're going through some stuff. It's an interesting time in the Morris household, and driving down the road after having gone to pay a bill. I'm driving down the road in my car. The coast is on my right, and I realized, Patricia, everybody listening, that my life is training me. My life is training me to accept all things, the good, the bad, the ugly. And my life has been fraught with beauty and amazingness, but also with a lot of challenge and a lot of, not, I wouldn't say tragedy, but difficulty in dealing with family and certain real things. And so those things that have happened to me, as I mentioned before, even your haters are teachers if you're going to look at them in a
Mm.
certain way, if you can convert that into that. And I realized while I was driving down the road in my sports car to my beach house, how grateful I am to even have those problems. How grateful I am to have the strength that these experiences have given me. I told my manager today, they've tempered me like steel. They've given me strength
Mm.
instead of beating me up. And I'm
Mm.
driving the road, people, and I'm just filled with this light and this joy.
Mm.
This, I got it. Fuck yeah.
Mm.
This is just what it is. And it is not going to get me, and it's not going to get the people I have in my under my umbrella. That's why I have been hit with so many things. That's why I've had the calluses that I've had, so I can take on the future difficulty. Easy, easy. It don't take shit to deal with easy. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's when hard hits you. I used to say a long time ago, people say I'm so strong. I'm strong. It's so strong. I'm a strong person. I really am. I'm a strong person. I gotta tell you, I'm strong. That's because they're not in a place where they're having to use that strength. Because when you're in a place you have to use that strength, you ain't thinking about how strong you are. You just being strong.
Mm.
And it's not pleasant. And it's not easy. So when you're in those places where you need that strength, you don't have time to think about how strong you are.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have the energy to think about that because you're using it right then to deal with the situation that you need that strength for. So know that in you, you have the strength. You have done it before, you will do it again. Maybe you didn't do it well before. Now you got a chance to do it better. If it's heartache and heartbreak, born of a relationship, have you not had it before? Have you not seen it before? Do you not know it? And if you do, what are you doing or not doing? How are you proceeding or not proceeding? Because you can't always blame them. You can't always blame the situation. You have to take responsibility. You have to walk the walk. And I find when I do that, I'm at peace. Because it ain't my business how somebody else handles their walk. It's not for me to judge them. It's for me to be the best I can be. Let he who is without sin cast the first stone, kind of a deal.
Mm.
So
Mm.
hold on to your counsel. Iona says, be the best friend you can be. Because you're the best friend that you're ever going to have. And in those moments where your heart is broken, that's exactly what you need. And you can go outside of yourself to your friends, to your therapist, to your people, to your bartender, whoever, who helps you through these psychological periods. But then you got to leave them and you go on your own and you'll be left by yourself. And that's when the thoughts come in. That's when the doubt creeps in. That's when you need your strength. Not when you're with your buddies drinking or smoking or whatever it is that you do to help yourself get over whatever. It's when you're alone, when you have to face yourself and deal with yourself. And that's when you find how strong or weak you may or may not be. Me, I'm good with it. I'm ready to go. And I'm sure that there are things that will knock me down. But believe I will get up. And I will use that then as another sense of strength that I will carry forward in my life. So that's how I see heartbreak and heartache and tragedy and things that befall us.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Phil, that was wonderful. I so concur with everything that you said, and I've always found that what Phil says, there is a reason for everything, and you can't blame the other person all the time. Now, it's a two-way street. It takes two to tango. Even if in leaving a relationship, I'll say for myself, where I've felt that I've been right and I've been wronged, and somehow there was something for me to learn. That relationship was not for naught. There's something that's going to make me stronger and make me better in what Iona is believing in her life or wants to do. Everything happens for a reason. I can think of relationships with one man was in the music business. It didn't end well, but it got me into something that I never thought I would do in the music business for years. And also in that relationship I got to know more about me. That's the one thing that relationships do, right? We get to be in an intimate affair with someone, and we get to learn who we are, more of who we are. And whenever they've ended, through all of my tears, at a certain point, I learned to be grateful, thankful for the relationship, and thankful that that relationship ended, because evidently it was not in my best interest, even if I didn't want it to end. If they don't love me or want to treat me the way I want to be treated, why would I want to stick around with anyone like that? Let me know now. Let me move on. Let me understand what I need to know about why that relationship happened. And that takes time sometimes. And if we can get out of the element or the feeling of blame for that person and the anger, you can see through to another relationship even more deeply with yourself and invite someone else in because you aren't holding on. I'm of the firm belief of blessing that person and blessing them to find what they're looking for in their life and thanking them for what they have taught me because I've learned something, guaranteed, and we all have. And the one thing I want to say too is don't get on your back. Don't make you the bad person. Don't at all. Oh, that one got away. People say that's the one who got away. Well, if that was really the one who got away, that one would kind of stay. So maybe that is not the one you really needed, somebody else. But every relationship is there to help us grow and learn and understand ourselves better and be more ready for the next one coming our way. That's what I think about relationship.
Well, here's the thing, too, right? The yin yang of it all. The yang is this: if you have done something, if you have done something that has created strife, chaos, you got to stand in it. You got to stand in it and accept it.
And Patricia's
We all
thinking
make
just that.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
all make mistakes. We all stumble. We all get it wrong, right? Yes, forgive yourself, but accept that you did this. I'm the one who crossed whatever line. I'm the one who said whatever I said. I'm the one who got it wrong. You know how powerful that is. How powerful that is
Mm.
to admit that you're wrong to yourself. Not, if it's called for to then reach out to somebody and say to them, "Hey, man, I'm sorry. I fucked up." Do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is healing. It heals
Ooh, very
you. It heals the
powerful.
situation. Oh my gosh, it heals so many things. And I've told the story many times about how we got it wrong and how I got it wrong, and I had to come clean and just allow Iona to be who Iona was and not try to control anything or manipulate anything. And that was big. That was very powerful for both of us, and
Mm-hmm.
it's helped me to this day. I that's a lesson I don't need to learn again. Ha! You
Come
know,
on,
I
Phil.
don't.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Because we dealt with it, we faced it, and we stepped up to the plate. That's gone. I don't go through that with anybody else. So that's like I say, that's powerful.
I love what you said about forgiveness because I so agree with you on that, to forgive yourself. Um, Patricia, thanks so much for sharing with us. Patricia, I want to just bring up what you said. I have to find a way to forgive myself dropping the ball a couple of times, and I can't go back and change that. Patricia, I'd like to offer this thought, baby. If your dropping the ball is what you needed to do at that moment, you won't drop the ball like that again, maybe with somebody else. Look at why you dropped the ball. And did you really drop the ball? Or did you just not want to do what that person wanted you to do, or what even you thought you wanted to do? That really wasn't your journey. We think about that sometimes of, oh man, if I had just been this kind of person, or if I had just done that we could have in that moment, but you weren't. You weren't, Felicia. You weren't. And that's okay. Know what you did, look at it, and move on. Be better at it. And I love what Phil said about apology. One day you may run into that person again, and that's when you can apologize and free both of you. Because it doesn't matter if you're the one leaving the relationship, there's residual for all of us that stays. So, baby, don't beat yourself up, girl. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That person may seem to everyone else in your universe, oh, they are so fabulous. Oh, how could you? Oh, if I was in that, if I was dating them, honey, no, no. You know you, and you got to give yourself grace that sometimes we all mess up. We're messy. We're wrong in the moment. We didn't listen and we spoke too soon. We all do that. That if you can forgive you, again, you can learn that lesson and move on, beautiful. I love it. I want to bring up here, I got a couple of things that some other people are coming in with. This is something a little different. I want to get this with K9. We've often heard the phrase, nobody's coming to save us. Have you ever been put in positions that you felt you wish you could save those that may be suffering or challenges? I'll tell you, that's why I'm here every Wednesday. I'm here every Wednesday to share my stuff, to give love to you guys, to, if there are any words that from my life that could be a beacon for you, I'm hoping that that's what that is. It's not just here to for my own self gratification. No, I'm getting something from all of you guys and what you're saying and giving, and to hear your comments of thank you, Phil. Thank you, Iona. Oh, yes, it's really helped me. That spurs, I'll speak for me, and I'm sure for Phil too, though, but he'll speak for him too. It spurs us on, spurs me on. I want to continue growing. I want to lick my wounds. I want to continue expanding. I want to challenge myself more and more since being on this show, so that I can continue to show you my vision is possible. Does not come with aches and pains, doesn't come with blood, sweat, and tears, honey. But that's what I feel a lot of this is doing. And hopefully, as we grow and reach more people around the world, they'll think that as well.
I have a different twist on it. Um, we can't save anybody. We can't save anybody. We can only be examples. You save yourself. We can lead people to understanding. We can't make them understand. They can lead us to truth. We have to accept the truth. So what I look for are great members of my tribe and village. You know, I try to listen to people smarter, people who are more connected than I am, and that helps me. Um, Saving is a matter of the individual's understanding that they need something and they have to provide it or find a way to have it provided. I don't know if I can um, disrespect the journey to say I want to save anyone. I mean, if you're in danger and there's jeopardy, will I jump in to help you? Yes, of course. That direct connection to saving a life, of course I will do that. But it is, again, my journey isn't to save. My journey is to live and to show by example how a life is well lived. Hopefully that assists everybody and it assists me. But no one can save me and I can't save anyone. And to think that you can or that you will, other than in that situation that I described, life saving, whatever, it's I think it's energy that you're wasting, you know, because we need to be together as opposed to think that I know better or I know an easier way than you. I only know a way. And like Ruth said earlier, you know, um, she says, you drop a ball, not the ball. So there is a way, not the way.
Mm.
And I'm trying to figure that out with everybody, and I want everybody's help the way I hope I can assist them to find their way. Um, and then that will hopefully save people, if that is a thing.
I think that I know that in what I'm saying, I do think that we can give words that may make someone. Um, let's put it this way. For me, it's always up to you whether you're going to drink the good water or the bad water. Always. But the words of wisdom and love and caring and maybe the reach out so that you can save will always be made. And then it's always up to you on what you're going to do.
Yeah.
So important. We heard
I
from
worry
this.
about the saving part of it all because because then people are going to be waiting for someone to do it for them, for someone
Oh,
to save them, for
I,
someone to come to their rescue. And so, it's almost as though, no, look at your resource, and then you're the one who has to use
yeah,
it,
of
right? You're the one who has
course.
to follow it.
Of course. I say of course and agree with you in that. Absolutely. Don't want anybody to decide that, well, we're going to go on that show and whatever they say to us, they're going to save us. That no. It's a way. It's part of the recipe. It's another piece of your arsenal that maybe can be digested and give you food for thought to make a more
Mhm.
positive choice. But it's always going to be up to each and every one of us. Hmm. I want to play something for you guys, and then I want to come back to some other things that you said. So you saw Asante and Mike. This is Herman and Chris, best friend, manager, really good friend.
Strange how that happened.
Dude, you're awesome, bro. It's a pleasure to be in your midst. You're so wise, and we just it's just wonderful. And
I was thinking about you and how I know you and thinking about what words would I use to describe you. And here are the words that I came up with. One, empathy. You're super empathetic. In a world today that seems to be missing empathy, you resonate with empathy, which is the cornerstone of being a good actor, feeling, but even more important, being a good human being. The other word I come up with is intelligent. You're so smart. So
Mhm.
when you take this smart and you take this feeling, the soul, that then
Mm.
leads me to the next word I have, which is friend, my friend.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Hmm.
Of
You're
what
so special.
that, oh, so much so. Self reflection important. Yes, it is. Talking about, and you know what I love about these, the conversation we're having is there is no right answer or perfect answer that
Hmm.
anyone can give you about your life. At some point, we all have to have personal responsibility. We have to have that, and we can't blame anything on if my parents only told me I was more beautiful, told me I was smarter, told me that I could do X, Y, and Z. If so and so hadn't left me, if it doesn't mean that all of those things would have been different. But even if they did happen because you said them and you know them, then you have a choice. You can grow your own ass up in that as an adult. You can grow your own self up into what you think about. You don't have to make your parents responsible for what they didn't do, because if they didn't do something for you, you can do it for yourself now. I remember, I don't know how many years ago, I had been going to therapy. This is many, many years ago, and I was like, "Oh, my parents didn't do this, that. I wish they had done this, said this," and then I was thinking, "Wait a minute, I can grow my own damn self up now. I can," and it got very exciting for me. I can let that go. If I know that mommy didn't do this and daddy didn't this and I'm complaining, then wait a minute, then I can do that for myself. At least I can find the sources that I need in order to do that for myself. Whew. And boy, I tell you, things started shifting They always shift in life. By the way, there's not just one shift. There isn't just one aha moment. There are many of them. But that was a big shift for me in my life at that time. Letting that go. Then that turned into as I experienced life in more relationships, it turned into, wait a minute, that relationship doesn't stop me from doing what I want to do, because that man at that time, maybe can't figure out which way my hair is going. That man didn't support me in X, Y, and Z. Well, shoot, I can support myself, and I can sure get into the community that can support me. That's personal responsibility. Then that goes into saving ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. And it never ends. Ion, you're so right. It's constant. These things that I talk about, I mean, I talk about the things that hit me literally now. I mean, yes, we reflect on things that we felt before in our philosophies from before, but they're the things that hit me daily. Things that hit me weekly. Things that hit me all the time. It's never ending.
Never ending.
And the personal responsibility thing, yeah, we hear it all the time. Again, it's back to, what I was talking about with Ruth. We hear these things so often, they're platitudes. We take them for granted. We don't really act on them. We just talk about them, and we don't actualize these things for ourselves. And if you did, we'd be in a way better place. We'd be less fearful of those others. We'd be more inclusive. We'd be more inquisitive, curious about life, and not so fearful. We would take more risks in it. And I'm not talking about jumping out of planes. I'm just talking about, opening yourself to other people, opening yourself to other adventures, and it stops us from personal growth and responsibility. These things that we're afraid of, these things that we feel are hurting us, or the people or situations that we feel are putting us into a spot, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
so personal responsibility, huge.
Huge. Yes, yes.
Alan and Phil, the two that always show up,
Oh, I'll
just
bring it
left.
back to you, baby. Here you
It's
go.
okay. The two that always show up and spread gratefulness and positive energy in the atmosphere. Oh, you two, what the two? Ion and Phil, the two that. Oh, got it. I got you. We're
Yeah,
the ones.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
Humility. Shit. If you think you got it all, what the hell are you doing waking up tomorrow? You just slide on
Wait,
into that dirt nap.
Dad used to say, Dad used to say, if you're not, if you think you've learned it all, yep, you're dead. If you think you've learned it all,
Yeah,
but as
just
long as you're alive, you
slide
can.
into the dirt nap.
That's right. You can continue learning, opening yourself. Quentin says, opening yourself to other surroundings, change your circle. That's right, baby. And you guys, loss is hard. Patricia, if I can find it, I'm looking for what you just said to come back to you, babe. And really appreciate you using you for an example. And then I want to expand on this. She says, to make it clear, I never, I will never be with anyone else because no one can compare to him. So there will be no more relationships with me ever. Okay, that's not the one. But wait a minute, Patricia, you're. Let's chat. I was intimidated. That's such a man. She sought me out. And so none of it was his fault. That's a little garbled, but I think we got it. I should have not been afraid the way I was. So he did nothing wrong. I just need to make that clear. It's not about. Okay, now It's not about making somebody wrong, honey, at all. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing. It's not about that at all. And it's not about making yourself wrong. And it's not about saying you'll never be with any relationship. We can only be where we are in the moment of where we are. We can only know what we know about life and about ourselves in the moment of where we are. We can only love and have courage from all the information we're giving about life in that moment. And sometimes you meet men or women and you think, oh, they're so beyond me. They're so advanced. They're so this, and it's me who messed it up. Well, let's say that maybe they have tackled some issues that you are just learning to tackle, and they need to move on. Okay, doesn't make them any more perfect than you are. Everybody is learning what they can in their lives, but you don't give up on love. You don't give up on you. You just know that you weren't in the same space he was. And truthfully, if he was really for you, it would have worked out. So I don't want to see you beat up on you, baby. You see all this love you're getting from all these people over here, from Phil and from me. No, we don't give up on love. We don't let nothing beat us. We don't let nothing take us down. You look at yourself in the mirror, you cry, and you say, I want you to get better, and you figure out what it is and you work on it, honey bun, because you got the chutzpah to do it. I've seen your comments ever since you've been with us. You got it to do this. Now, if you want to cry for a while and wallow in your tears, we all do it. And then at some point, look at that beautiful face and forgive you, give you grace. Because if the tables were turned, you would give that person grace. I'm done, Phil.
I have to let Iona cook, as it were. Patricia, we're going through a grieving process. Loss. It's tough. Yeah, it's hard. I don't know the situations. I can't speak to it specifically, and I wouldn't disrespect you with that. But I do know that you're in grief, obviously, and just let it go through you, as Iona said. Just let that process move through you. Don't let it stay in you for too long. Don't demean yourself. Stay powerful, strong as best you can. Stay in self-love as best you can, and let it go. It's going to come in waves, come and go in waves, and you have to let that happen. It's the way love is. Love, birth, death. Those things move us to distraction. They are the things that should move us to distraction. They're the things that are hardest to not be distracted by.
Yeah.
So that's real. That's real. And we love you and respect you enough to know that those are hard things to get through. And nothing that we say is going to be tomorrow or it's going to happen immediately, if at all. It's a process of accepting yourself and forgiving yourself and the road that you're on so that you can open yourself up to a new road. And you don't close those other roads off to you, whether they're another relationship or, other friends that can assist you. Keep the channel open, especially to yourself. So that's a love we have for you. We all go through that heartache in some way, one form or another. So I think many people would have something to say about that.
If you don't move out of your comfort zone, you might miss finding the best part of you. Amos Moses. Love that. That is the truth.
Amy.
Part of what we're talking about tonight.
And everybody who's on here who wished me happy birthday on my Instagram or everywhere else in the universe, thank you so very much. Yeah. I hope I responded or at least gave a little heart to everybody because I had a lot of people to respond to, which is beautiful and a blessing for me. So thank you, everybody, Quentin and K9 and everybody, Jeannie and Patricia and Leslie Sides and so many people from here, Ruth Waits. Well, everybody said happy birthday to me. So thank you very, very much for that.
Hey, Phil. There's a few other people who want to say something about you, too.
And what was going on. You've been a friend, a brother, confidant, family.
I consider Phil like a brother, even though we're not connected in any physical way. I feel exactly like he's a brother. It's nice. I treasure the fact that I know you will be there for me as long as I'm here, you and me. And then in the next realm, I'll find your energy. We'll hook up.
That's crazy, Mike. I had to put
Mike
that
was in
there.
rare form.
Yeah, rare form. And then I'm going to take us right into the ending with your family, Phil.
Just want to say happy birthday. I've told you this, I know, before, and tell you it again. If somebody had said you got to choose your brother, I would have chosen you. So there are a few memories. So I'm not even going to try and pick one. They're all just amazing. And thank you for being my bro.
I love you.
He taught me a lot of things, and one of the things is that he taught me to listen. and he taught me to slow down and find your own path.
Yourself all the time, but when you do things by yourself, you do it where it's very classy and it's worth so much. You create so much on this planet in your family and around you. You know, the little solar system you got around you, that everybody's behind you.
You have opened yourself up to life, to live it completely in the present. You don't sit in the muck and the mire of stuff. You continue to elevate and move on. Yeah, that's Phil. And I know all of you have felt that in these, oh my gosh, 3 years of us all getting to know each other and new people who are coming on. You're so wonderful, honey. I love the sameness between us. I love the differences between us. Well, I said it all. I said it all in there. I said it all in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
It
in
was an
there.
incredible tribute night for sure. Humbling, as it were.
Yeah.
I had an interesting day today. I had a fun day today. I want to just mention this. I did a podcast um, with the Smallville guys, Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, who played the Superman and the Lex Luthor in the show. And it was just wonderful. You know, it's just, I don't know if people saw my adventures on Smallville, but they were terrific. They were terrific. I had a great time. And so we had a chance to talk about it today and to rehash, you know, the work and the thing. And it just all leads to the gratitude and the appreciation for a life well lived and a journey that has really seen a lot of people support what I'm doing. Just like the people on here who are supporting us and giving us love. And I had to speak to that and thank Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling for allowing me to speak on my experience there. As a diehard comic book fan, to be able to play a opposite Superman and to play a superhero was flipping ridiculous. And I got a chance to speak on it and to tell them how much I loved them and loved it. Very rare. This medium is pretty special.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And how much it could bring us all together. You don't have to be in the same place. And you can come together. That's so, you know, and that speaks to Phil, the interest you had when you were a kid with comic books. You were so into it. You were so there, never knowing that it would turn into a career. That information, that research that you were doing, which who would have known was research, all that reading, it would have turned into a beautiful career. And that is just so fantastic. And I love that you guys got to talk today and you got to share that with them.
It was great. It was great. They were so excited and energized, and so was I. And you know, we've spoken of this before, but a lot of the things that I loved as a child, I've manifested in my adult life. Whether it's comic books, cars, martial arts, Bruce Lee, all those things I have manifested to an incredible, highly vibrational degree. I study Wing Chun Kung Fu, which is what Bruce Lee studied. You know, I have so many comic books and I've done so many comic book themed projects that came as a result of my knowing those universes well and understanding those characters really well. And then the car situation, which I just like drawing cool cars. And now I have a couple of them and I'm just loving up on the journey that there is. So live your dreams, people. Live it full out. Don't let nobody tell you, yeah, put away that kid stuff. Never do it.
You never know. You never know what it is. It's like those parents are like, he's always playing video games. He's always doing X, Y, and Z. Let the children's interests and imaginations fly. Phil, I put up a post the other day. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see Barbara Bain's post short? Oh, you were traveling, so you probably didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it.
That's okay. Barbara Bain, we asked Barbara Bain, who is family for us. She played Cinnamon, the original female actress in Mission Impossible, the show that our dad was on in the 70s. And we asked her, what advice would you give? And she mumbled and said, well, I don't want anybody to, it's hard to give people advice. You know, I don't want people to think they're coming to a sage. But she closed her eyes and she thought about it. And here's what she said. She said, "You have a right to your imagination." She said, "My imagination is my friend." Oh, and then she went on to say, and I don't know what else to tell you, but maybe it goes back to old Willie Shakespeare. To thine own self be true. So simple. So simple. And so true.
Mm-hmm.
I can
How old is
think
Barbara?
of Barbara is in her 80s. She's probably 85-ish
I think she's 90.
now or older. Is she 90?
I think so.
Is she 90? Okay, we'll have to look. Ruth
She
Wakefield.
close. She close,
She's
man. I'm
close. She
saying she
close.
close.
She got more summers behind than in front. Let me tell you, she's fabulous. She's wonderful.
Yeah, that was my point. Is that she has this
The
outlook, and
wisdom.
every day she says she wakes up excited, can't wait to go to the theater and work with the
Right.
actors, and how
Where
much
it
she
says
loves actors. I
93.
mean, see, so
Yeah.
don't y'all be playing. Don't be playing with my emotions. You know you can do it. You know you got this.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Oh my gosh, you're funny. Yeah, that's what she talked about, and that's what we're saying so much, even in essence, about your imagination. We cut it off at some point. She's 93, Ward says. She's 93, and like Phil says, she's still excited to get up and to go to the actor's studio and to act and to direct. And she goes to dance class almost every day, which is why, you don't use it, you lose it. Wise lady, David Peterson. That is the truth. And hey there, Malaysia. So good to see you, our brother.
Truly.
And it just it speaks so much to so often we give up. Don't give up on anything. Oh, I'm just too tired. I can't do it anymore. Okay, you can't do that anymore. But what would you like to do? If you're still on the planet, keep the mojo working. And you never know what's going to be successful for you. And I'm not speaking about successful in finances. I'm thinking about successful in your heart. Phil and I started this on just one night. And now 3 years later, we're still doing this. It's successful in the joy we get from doing it. It's successful in the wonderful time we get to spend with all of you and together. So what is the one thing you might want to have people over for a book club, and a year or two later it turns into something that's big? You just never know where your imagination can take you unless you follow the road. Remember Disney? Disney had the imagination of Disneyland, but it was nothing but just something in his mind and drawings on a piece of paper. If he hadn't followed the journey, we wouldn't be going to Disneyland. And
Anybody remember Oswald the Rabbit? No, you don't. Because that was his first attempt. Before Mickey was Oswald the Rabbit. Didn't work out. Didn't stop him. Kept on going. Found that little mouse. Took him to the big house. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't always happen in your first try. It might not happen on your 10th try. Jack Nicklaus, who's an amazing golfer, has the most majors in history, has also the most second places in history.
Oh, really? So, interesting.
Yes. The amount of times he finished second in a major, it far eclipsed the times that he won. You know what I'm saying? So there's story upon story upon story upon story about people who are successful, madly successful at the highest echelon, who failed up. Failing to try to figure this shit out.
That's right.
And you know why they kept failing up? Because they didn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't give up. They kept it up. They kept going. They didn't let it daunt them. As K9 says, faith is strong, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we need to have.
Faith is strong. Words are strong. Faith is strong, you guys. Whatever you say, it will come to pass. It really will. So if you could say negative stuff and it come to pass, why not say good stuff and let it come to pass? Hey, Phil, Jeannie wants to know, where can we see the replay of that podcast?
I did it just today. I don't know if they do it live or they can it, but it's the Talking Smallville podcast. Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling do, and I'm sure you could find it wherever podcasts are done, on all wherever. I don't do the podcast thing really. I don't know where you find them, but iTunes, I'm sure you find it. It's a very popular podcast. Got a lot of listeners, a lot of viewers, a lot of members. So check it out. It's a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and those guys, Michael Rosenbaum is a force of nature. I loved him forever. I loved Tom Welling when I met him on Smallville. He was such a wonderful, warm, almost naive human being. And they did that show for 10 years. 10 years, 22,
Wow,
23 episodes a
really?
season, man. And that's hard work. Yeah, it was in the old days when people would do old seasons and what nizzle.
Right. 23
So
episodes a
check it out.
season.
It's gonna be. I'm just saying. So it was really beautiful. So check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Doom Patrol podcast.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
We're they'll come at me at some point. Somebody will be doing it. The Doom Patrol, talking Smallville, exactly. So check it out. We are in an hour. Do we have another thing to show, or are we?
I think this has been so wonderful. Oh, Mariela from Costa Rica just got here. Love to
Hey,
have you,
Mariela.
all of you guys. So glad you're here. Segana, I'm thinking about you, baby. Thinking about you. So
Yeah, Sagana. Youth is, but it doesn't seem like she's 15. She says she's gonna be 40, so it seems like she's not that young.
yeah.
Just relationships are tough.
Relationships are tough, you guys, but we can get through them. We can get through them. So
No
hey,
doubt, no doubt.
darling, before you go on and we give our last words, I want to come over here and just write down, show everybody where you can find us. Oh man, you guys, it's so great to have you all. Here's Philly Willie, the Phil Morris. I still would say the Phil Morris, even though P is not.
Thank you.
That's right, the Phil Morris. So you can go ahead and find him everywhere, as you see, and please do look for him and subscribe to his IG live, his IG page. And here I am. I own a lot of gold. I own a lot of gold. Get it? All right now. So follow me as well. And please jump on I Own a Lot of Gold on Instagram, because that's where you can get all of our reels, as well as on TikTok, Sibling Convo. But you can get all of our reels there and shorts, and check us out and get all the news about the show. And then here, this is where you can find The Vision is Possible. It has its own IG page, Facebook page. And then on TikTok, Sibling Convo, for as long as that may last. And, okay, I'll answer that question in a second. Someone just asked me something. Here we go. Oh, man. Let me just answer this question, Sweetie Pie, before we go to our final words. Krista asked me,
And you can swing into your final words after, and then I'll do mine.
I sure will. Iona, why is your site Celeste Dreams? Just curious. Oh, Celeste Dreams is a short film that I wrote, directed, and co-exec produced. And so what I did is I spent so much time creating that site that's the one that I keep for me right now. And then as time permitting, quite honestly, then I will go ahead and create my new website just for Iona, a lot of gold. Thanks for asking, Krista. And you can find Celeste Dreams on Venmo, you guys. It's a really wonderful short. It's been to 14 festivals. So my final words. First of all, I want to wish Phil a happy birthday month. We love you guys. Thank you for showing up for us every week and for all the happy birthdays that you sent to him. Krista, I'll answer that in a second. No, it's not Venmo, but I'll tell you in a second, my love. So when we started this tonight, Phil, talking about birthdays, freshness in his life. And me, my week, my last month has been about people passing. passing away. They're starting something new too. Those spirits, those beings are doing something they've never done before. They're on a permanent travel out of this life as who they were in this life, because I do believe in reincarnation. And what comes up for me when I think about that is, are we doing everything we want to do in this life? And if not, doggone it, make it happen. Are you doing everything? Are you making the phone calls you're afraid to make? Are you showing up at the events or the parties or at the conferences to meet people? Are you sitting down and you want to write and writing and submitting it, writing a song, singing a song? Are you putting in your application to a business you want to work for a firm? I can go on and on. It doesn't have to necessarily do with the entertainment business. It's anything that you are in. Do you remember when someone passes away, baby, you can't call them tomorrow and say, hey, how you doing? Help you? I'm glad you're feeling better. They're gone. That means that's a lesson for you, that when your time comes, you're gone. So those dreams you have, you can't do them after the fact because you're not here. So while you're here, give yourself grace. Be your best supporter. And get out there and make your vision possible. And as I've said before, it may not be exactly as you see it, but if you leave yourself open, it could be better and it could be more magnificent. Don't stay stuck. Let every day teach you something new and expand your horizons of who you are. Because, baby, if you ain't worth it, then who is? You're worth all the love. You're worth all the patience. You're worth all the forgiving. You're worth all the rah-rah cheerleading support you can give to you. Hey, Philly Willy.
All of that. Yeah. There I am. Hey, that's me. If you look at the comments tonight, a lot of people going through stuff. A lot of people had loss. Grandpa got lost. I'm so sorry. Quentin. People having open heart surgery, relationship issues, heartbreak. And I want to remind everybody that we on this particular platform, us, we don't know each other on the whole. I know a couple of people here, but I don't know everybody. Do you know how much that matters? Not at all. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that I don't know you personally. We're sharing an energy. We're sharing a connection. We're sharing a simpatico moment between all of us. So know that if you're hurting, if you're going through something, there is energy out there for you. When I go through something, I know there's energy out there for me. You share it with me. You tell me. You help me. You guide me. You help me see I'm not alone. You help me see that my journey is not as dire as some are. Like I said, I'll take my hard. And I honor and respect everybody else's hard. But it strengthens me to know that there are people out there beyond my conscious knowledge that have me, that got my back, like Mike said in the clip that you saw. Why is that important? Because everybody wants to be heard. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be hugged and loved, honored and respected. And that's what we're doing here every Wednesday. That's why we show up. Ione and I have a vague sense of what we're going to do every week, but we don't put it into sharp focus because we want it to evolve naturally. We want it to occur of its own accord. It is the best way the truth comes out. It is the best way for us to understand it together. You don't have to tell me about it. I don't have to tell you. You feel it. It's in you. It's I'm having a tough time giving it words because there are no words. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a vibe, man. It's a feeling. It's an energy. And that energy doesn't have a name. It doesn't have a race. It doesn't have a culture. It doesn't have a political affiliation. It just is. And that's what we're trying to get at here when we're doing this every Wednesday. That's what I'm trying to get at every day I open my eyes. I'm trying to get to that feeling, man. I'm trying to understand the truth on a level that I can't understand it any way than through acceptance and giving up what I think I know. You guys help me fill those gaps in every Wednesday. And I hope that we, in a way, help you fill in the gaps for you. If that's what Iona means by saving someone, then so be it. I'm down with that. There's not one of us bigger, stronger, better than the other, and that's proven every week. And I appreciate everybody who shows up and shares what they have in their heart, as we do. We hold nothing back, and that is, to me, the success of what we're doing here. It doesn't matter the numbers yet. I mean, hopefully at some point we'll get hundreds and thousands and millions of followers, but if we don't, is it going to be any more powerful or any less powerful? No. Because if you reach one, what more can you ask for? So I appreciate you all. I understand that we're all learning together, we're growing together, and I'm here for it.
Awesome. Oh, it was beautiful, honey. Hey, you guys, love you all. Thank you, Patricia, for sharing your heart with us and for letting all of us pour into you and for letting all of us. You see all the love that you got, baby. You see all the love, the love, the love. And for everyone who has had a loss, our hearts go out to you. And know that you'll be grieving, and just know that we're sending love to you. Please have a wonderful everyone. And we will see you next week. And as I always say, bye, Philly. Bye, everyone.